Continue to stay with us as we go back to Mariam. Mariam, President Zardari has said that Pakistan will not compromise on peace or territorial integrity of his country. Now, from Afghanistan's perspective, what concrete diplomatic or security mechanism can realistically prevent this crisis from spilling over into, a sustained border war?
Well, first and foremost, we don't recognize a border between Pakistan and Afghanistan. We call it the Duran line, and it's a festering wound that the British have left behind, that no Afghan recognizes. And you can see what's happening to the Pashtuns and the Baluch on both sides. Them declaring war, when have they not declared war? Their entire governance is based off of destabilization of the region, and especially the border region, so they can loot and abuse those areas, those people. They don't give any public services to those people. They do not treat them with human rights. There's missing people. For God's sakes, Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish Mohammed's leaders and TTP leaders and Taliban leaders were there roaming freely. There was a Quetta Shura, there was a Miran Shah Shura. All of these things were free, but then Mahrang Baluch and Imran Khan are both in prison. Ali Wazir is in prison. I mean, look at them. They look at children who are orphaned now. There's thousands of pictures I can send you of what Pakistan has done throughout the years and how many children that they've massacred. Those are the terrorists to them. A bright young soul that can build a prosperous nation, that's a terrorist in the Pakistani terms. If that wasn't true, Osama bin Laden would not have been found there. They are the terrorist. They are an entity of terrorism, and they've made a business out of exporting terrorism. Their foundation is of terrorism, and unfortunately, the victims are first and foremost Afghans, and then Indians, and then the rest of the region, and then the rest of the world.
Right, Mariam, thank you so much for sharing that input with us. But please continue to stay with us as we move on to Mr. Sanjay Kulkarni. Mr. Kulkarni, do you think this war could reach a point where after which there's no coming back? And if that happens, God forbid, but if that happens, what will happen next? Like, how will the security situation remain in that area? Will impact the security situation in the entire South Asia region?
So, Kanya, thank you. You heard General Siwach, you heard Mariam speak, and most of them have covered. You realize that the Duran line, which was made in 1893, is something which is not recognized. It's 98% fenced by Pakistan, and since 2017, and therefore the bone of contention remains the Duran line. The Pashtuns are on both sides. In numbers, they're more in Pakistan. Of course, they constitute just about 18% of the population of Pakistan, but 50% of the population of Afghanistan are Pashtun. The numbers are vis-a-vis less than what they are in Pakistan. However, Afghan Taliban in itself has been at a dispute, as rightly brought on by Mariam, what's going on over there. The Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, which was a creation of the Pakistan itself, which believes in Sharia, which is fighting the Pakistani establishment, Pakistani security forces, and therefore blaming Taliban for all of it. Taliban doesn't seem to claim anything over that, though of course linguistically, culturally, all of it, they are linked together. But the Pakistan Taliban and Taliban of Afghanistan are two distinct organizations. As a result of which, the Pakistan, Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, is fighting the Pakistan establishment. And in this case, along the Duran line, which is about 2,600 kilometers long, about 1,400 kilometers of it is along with Baluchistan. The rest of it is along with Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. That's where all these incidents that are happening. Fenced line, 98% fenced, with forts, with all kinds of surveillance equipment, and therefore Pakistan doesn't let any Afghan citizen, that is the Pashtuns, come from Afghanistan to Pakistan, instead pushing those from Pakistan back into Afghanistan, resulting in a lot of dispute and occurrence, obviously because the same ethnic lot which is on both sides of Afghanistan and the Pakistan border. Now, presently, what's happening is Pakistan, wanting a strategic depth of Afghanistan, thought that they would do what they wanted to do in Afghanistan, which they haven't prevailed upon. As a result of which, now the attacks that are taking place in Afghanistan by the security forces of Pakistan are using aircraft, using missiles, using artillery, is something which is unseen. However, I do not ever think that Pakistan can ever succeed in that area. This is a very, very tough terrain. and the Afghanis over there, the Pashtuns over there are absolutely adept. And that is why you find that much that Pakistan might claim they've killed 137 of Afghans, that they've wounded about 200 and captured about 27 posts, all lies from Pakistan emanates, because, and that too, let's make this as an acid test to check whether these statements made by Shehbaz Sharif that they've done so much are all false, because what the Afghans are claiming that they have killed about 37 of the Pakistani soldiers, they've captured about 13 of the Pakistani posts, which is absolutely valid, because all of these Pakistani troops run away from there, and despite the fencing, despite the posts, despite the forts, despite the surveillance, all that Pakistan has created since 2017 along Durand Line, I don't think they've succeeded. And presently today, Taliban has a much upper hand, and like Mariam said, Pakistan uses terrorism as an instrument of state policy. It would much like the world to know and keep claiming funds from IMF. They've been bailed out 24 times. Pakistan does nothing else other than use terrorism as a hub. That's the way Pakistan has been doing it. As a result of which, I do not think the Taliban of Afghanistan would be able to say anything, because they claim nothing. They say that it's all Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan which is fighting, because they want the Sharia to come in Pakistan. They don't want the Pakistan establishment to go the way they are going. As a result of which, Pakistan seems to feel that Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan is supported by Taliban of Afghanistan, resulting in the clashes between Afghanistan, Taliban and the Pakistani security forces. Obviously, the Pakistan security forces are on the back foot. Despite all the superiority of weaponry that they may have, I don't think they'll ever succeed against Afghanistan, because it's something that they're very adept to. They know how the Pakistani troops operate, and Punjabi troops are unable to stand up to the Pashtuns of Afghanistan and the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, resulting in heavy losses for Pakistan at this point of time. Much that they may claim that they have succeeded along, maybe in Paktika or something like that, the provinces they claim, which is all false.
Right.
Kulkarni.
Mr. Kulkarni, thank you so much for sharing your input with us, and Mariam and Mr. Siwach and Milad, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your crucial input with us, and for putting things into perspective as we move on to our next story coming in from Tamil Nadu.